The Leading Edge Cricket Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Leading Edge Cricket Podcast, episode 18, and today we're going to look at day 3 of the New Zealand-England Test match from Christchurch. Before I do, I want to put you all on notice, the IPL 2018 preview podcast is coming out this Monday, 2nd of April. Watch this space. I am Rob, one half of the Leading Edge Cricket Podcast, as always joined bright and early from England by my co-host Rich.
Hey Rob, how we doing?
We're doing good. Now Rich, talk to me, because an England cricket fan, it's been an emotional time, but can we give it the big 1-2 today? Anthony Joshua beat Joseph Parker, England versus New Zealand in the heavyweight boxing fight, 80,000 people. Now tell me, England, can they win the final test match of the winter and give themselves the first victory?
They are in a damn good position to do so, Rob. Yeah, as for the boxing, I thought he was going to ask me some boxing-related question then. I was thinking I ain't got a clue what he's going to go on about because I've not watched it.
You're like, was there a boxing match, mate? Was there a boxing match?
Yeah, I like some boxing, but I don't like paying £20 for the pleasure of watching a bit of boxing. So.
Local nightclub, mate.
Yeah, no, not for me anymore, mate. So, yeah, England, they are in the pole position, to use another sporting phrase. So day 3, England, they are on 202 for 3. They lead by 231 runs, obviously with 7 wickets remaining.
Nice.
Box seat, buddy, box seat. So let's pick up where we started. So day 2 finished 192 for 6 with New Zealand batting, and they trailed by 115. BJ Watling was 77 not out. Southey was 13 not out. As we said yesterday, it was all about those two guys, of how they go about things and what sort of deficit they can close or even get a lead. But it didn't quite go according to plan. BJ Watling, he added a few. He got up to 85 before he was cleaned up by Jimmy A. Classic Anderson delivery, wasn't it? So really well bowled. That was unbelievable. Yeah. He looked like he was shell-shocked, didn't he, when he was walking off that one?
Yeah, it was classic Anderson.
It was beautiful, wasn't it? So, yeah, Ish Sodhi didn't last much longer. Court Bairstow bowled Broad for 1. Broad, he looked like he knew what he was doing with Ish Sodhi, a teammate at Nottinghamshire. It looks like he's already seen him in the nets. It didn't take long at all. Tim Southey batted really well. He got up to 50, 48 ball 50 before he was bowled by Anderson. Full and straight into movement, but that did for Southey. Wagner, he was 24 not out in the end, and last man Trent Bolt was one of the most amusing knocks I've seen in a long time. He got 16 off 22. Only one boundary, but he tried to smack every ball out of the park, didn't he?
He did. It was awesome.
It was quite funny. Shimmied his way one way or the other, and then he was looped one up down to Milan at fine leg to be out. So that was 278 all out. A good effort, but they fell just short, just about 20 runs short of England. So the bowling, Jimmy Anderson, 4 for 76 off 24, and Stuart Broad, 6 for 54 off 22.3. Just quickly before we go on to England, there's something strange happening in this test match. That's 6 for Broad, 4 for Anderson. In the England innings, it was 4 for Bolt, 6 for Southey.
Yeah.
So we're going to just jump on, because obviously that was the end of the New Zealand innings. Let's just quickly go into the England second innings. And it's only Bolt and Southey that's got a wicket. England finished the day on 202 for 3. It's strange. Is anyone else going to bother taking a wicket in this test match, or is it just going to be Bolt, Southey, Broad and Anderson?
I feel like both teams are in the same position where they've just got the main 2 bowlers and everyone else is just like, oh yeah, this is quite easy to bat against.
I wonder if that's ever happened, where only 2 bowlers of each team have taken all the wickets. But anyway, I digress. So England, they were doing all right, 24 for 1. Cook, he got 14. Court Watling bowled Bolt. I don't know what we can say about Cookie, really. You'll go into it a little bit more detail, but it sounds like, he got pulled into a false stroke again.
Yep.
Didn't really need to play at it. So he went first. Stoneman played and missed a hell of a lot, didn't he?
He did.
He dropped twice, but he was finally dismissed at the scores of 147. So he put on a good score, 123 with James Vince, the much maligned James Vince. So Stoneman went for 60. And then James Vince going along like great guns, wasn't he? I mean, I was saying, if James Vince tomorrow, that's what we were saying yesterday, if James Vince tomorrow gets 60 odd or 70 odd, what did you predict? Do you remember?
I think I said he'd get 60 or 70, he'll get some runs. Him and Cook, I said Cook as well, failed on one count.
Yeah, so Vince, he got 76, 10 boundaries, caught Taylor bowled Bolt, and he got caught at slip.
I know.
It's brilliant. The little ESPN commentary off the scorecard, it's just brilliant. It's the hope that kills you, the guy put, whoever wrote that. So that's absolutely spot on, isn't it? What on earth? Root ended the day 30 not out, Dawid Malan 19 not out. So England lead, like I say, 231 run lead, 7 wickets remaining. 2 days of Test cricket to play. England have to be in a position to win this game. As we said, Bolt's got 2 wickets for 38, Southey 1 for 42. De Grandhomme, he was first change, none for 37 off 12. Wagner, none for 38 off 15. And Sodhi, none for 46 off 11. Rob, talk to me about the day's cricket.
England threw it away a little bit. To be honest, they had the Kiwis 239 for 9. And Trent Boult and Wagner stuck on 40 for that last wicket. And it was painful to watch. It was fun to watch, but yesterday they made the mistake of bowling too much short stuff to De Grandhomme and Watling, and then to Boult and Wagner they were bowling short again. And I'm just bowl at the stumps, just bowl at the stumps. That's all you need to do. You know, you've got 10 and Jack there, just knock them over. So England put themselves on the back foot. It was only about a 22-run lead by the end of it. Alistair Cook actually looked quite good for his 14. He was making more obvious movement of the front foot, making sure he was getting forward, driving strong. And then the wicket was kind of a nothing wicket. It was just a weird defensive shot just outside off stump. He got his feet more forward than he has in the series. But we're not talking a lot, mate. We're talking he was just past the popping crease. And it's going to go down as his worst series of all time. He's averaged 5.75 in this Test series, which is hands down his worst by a long, long shot. So, Alistair Cook, there's a lot to kind of take on board before next summer, I think. Yeah,
I was it. I mean, he got his 244 not out in the 4th Test at the MCG, didn't he, this winter? Since then, 39 and 10 in the 5th Test at Sydney, 5 and 2 in the first Test here, and then he's got himself a 2 and what was it today? 14.
Yep.
So that's not a nice run of form, is it? Previous to the 244 against Australia, it was 2-7, 37-16, 7 and 14. That 244 not out is a massive anomaly.
Yeah.
If this was a scientific study, you would scratch that result out. It would just be too far out. You wouldn't consider it. So it's very bizarre. So don't know what's going on with Cookie. He's got time when he gets back to England to play some county cricket, get himself in nick, sort himself out, go and play on the farm, drive his tractor, whatever he likes to do in his spare time, and come back stronger. Very bizarre, very bizarre. And I think we said before, if there was more players banging the door down, we'd be having big questions about Cook at the moment. We love the guy. He's been unbelievable. I think he's close to the record for the most consecutive Test matches, isn't he?
He is. He's one off.
Yeah. So obviously we've got to play him in that next game at the very least. But he just needs to learn, go back, look at some tape, clear his head, just come again. He's a class act, but he just needs to take some time. I don't know what's going on with him. He just needs to be a bit more positive.
Yeah.
He'll come through. He's had these blips before in his career, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Just quickly going on to the bowling, like you said, damn good point, mate. I was watching it last night, when we were trying to wrap up the Kiwi innings, and it was amusing watching Boult and Southey. Southey bats pretty well. I like him. Boult's just bizarre. He gives hope to the club cricketer. He looks like a bad club cricketer smacking it. But Wood was, again, he didn't look threatening at all to me. And this is my argument with Mark Wood. He just doesn't look like he's going to take many wickets. Yeah, he's got a bit of extra pace, but I don't see where the wickets are going to come from, and that's continued again into this game. So. Yep. I don't know, he's got one more chance, hasn't he?
He has. It's something we covered in the Ashes breakdown, saying we don't think Wood's the answer, but in this situation after the first Test, we needed something different. But I don't think it's the long-term fix, and I don't think playing him in this role is the long-term fix for what he wants to do. But back to the England batting. Stoneman and Vince, 2 men that you've got to go, they're playing for their Test career, and both batted well. Both made 60 and 76 retrospectively. Stoneman, it was quite hard to watch. 29 false shots in his innings, which is high amount, and a lot of them just coming outside off stump. He was dropped twice, there was a review in there, and then he just nicked off. Exactly the same as he keeps doing, just nicked off. Very similar to Cook, just outside off stump, but to him it's the right-hander that's causing him the real problem. So problem there. And James Vince, $1 million. Looks at $1 million. And as soon, I think it was his first or second ball, he played this crunch and cover drive. And you're just like, man, this guy's so good. So talented. And then he just builds you up. It gives you a little bit of hope. And then it just, boom, it gets pulled away. Gone for 76. And incredibly, in 21 test innings, it's the 13th time that he has been caught either in wicket-keeper slips or gully. And the 12th time he's been dismissed on the front foot playing a drive. Just incredible. Two beautiful partnerships, but the pitch was a road. It was a beautiful batting wicket. It was time just to keep batting, and they both just threw it away.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about, obviously, we're not going to get into selection and whatnot with England, but, when we get to the point of India coming over in the summer, we'll start talking about this more. But I don't see how he can persevere with Vince. Has he done just enough to cling on by his fingernails? I don't know. But it's just not enough for me. And the fact that he's getting out in the same way, it could be 76 or it could be 16, he's still getting out in the same way. He's not learning. No. He's obviously rode a bit of luck today. He's played some really nice shots, but we've seen that. We know he's got ability. We know he's as talented and as aesthetically pleasing a batsman as you could possibly wish to watch. But he keeps getting out in the same way, and he's not going on and making big scores. You said that it's a road. He should have gone on and got himself 100, like Nicholls did in the last game. He should have really gone and said, right, this is my spot. I'm not giving it up for anybody. Grit, determination, all that stuff you always talk about, the vinegar and all that.
Yeah.
But he's not done it. He's just let it get away. He's just airy-fairy, isn't he? He doesn't seem to have the concentration or the application to actually really kick on and make that big score. So what's that, 350s in third time he's passed 50 in
22
innings. 22 innings. It's not good enough. You've got to look at the body of work, not just what was the last game.
Yeah.
So fair play to him. He's made some runs. He and Stoneman, to be fair to them both, have put England in a really, really good position. It's now down to Root, Milan, Stokes, Bairstow to really put this away now for England, get us in a really, really strong position. So we'll put the pressure on New Zealand.
Yeah.
Big question though. Anderson and Broad obviously bowling well, but can we bowl New Zealand out in the fourth innings of a game?
Yeah.
Let's hope it's enter stage right Leach. Maybe he gets a proper chance.
Yeah, definitely. So it's 231 run lead, 7 wickets remaining. You got to think England will probably bat for 2 sessions, maybe a session and a half. Take that lead up around 420, 450 maybe at a push, and then give themselves a good 4 sessions at least at the New Zealand attack. Tomorrow, I just see England looking good. New Zealand didn't look very dangerous. 14 overs till the new ball. A lot of chance for Root and Milan to get some decent runs here and put England in a commanding position. I'm calling by the end of play tomorrow, England will declare about 420, 430 in the lead, and Kiwis will be 2 down with about 20 on the board.
Okay, yeah. A declaration just before the end of the day would be quite nice, wouldn't it? If England can bat through 2.5 sessions.
Yeah.
And then put them in late with a new ball moving around, Broad and Anderson spell. I think that's all we need to see as well, isn't it? Maybe 10, 12 overs at the Kiwis before the end of the day. That's the ideal. So let's see. Yeah, all good, mate. And good day for England at last. Nice to be able to talk about that.
It is. It's nice to talk about some positives. There's a few negatives thrown in with James Vince, but there's a hell of a lot of positives. And I think that will cover us for today, Rich. It's the big one. The IPL preview podcast is coming out April the 2nd. Press the little notification on YouTube if that's where you pick us up. That will give you a notification as soon as the podcast drops. We've taken all your feedback from Facebook and we're amalgamating all of that. We're putting our thoughts over the top and we're going to let you know exactly who is going to win the IPL 2018 or something similar. But that'll be everything, guys. It's legendary as always. It's bye from me.
Yep, see you later.